Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, things is just looking really funny on, the other side of the street. You know, things are looking real funny in the P. You know, because something really strange happened with Tank, and I noticed a lot of people are not talking about this. And this video surfaced where you had, Sam saying that, Gary Russell Jr. losing was good for boxing, but the video was quickly removed. But I got a screenshot of it, and that's another question mark surrounding what's going on in the P. Another question mark. Again. Now, I know there's a lot of people that's sitting up on the other side, the ops, or the people that's just like trying to stay neutral, and the view holes that'll try to, call themselves trying to counter stuff that we're talking about, me or people I'm affiliated with, and say that this fight was on the up and up, no conspiracy, no race issue, and all that kind of stuff behind it. Well, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Because it's showing that something was behind this. Okay? I'm not finna argue with people about this shit. I'm gonna continue to say what I want to say. If you feel good about what happened on Saturday to Gary Russell Jr., and you happen to be a fan of Mark Masayu, that's fine. I get it. That's your guy. But a guy like me feel like dude should give Gary Russell Jr. some get back. But when he said that it's up to his team and all this kind of stuff, and for people that want to continue to try to play this shit with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, cut the shit. Manny Pacquiao was throwing fucking punches the whole damn fight with both hands. Manny Pacquiao never in that fight said my shoulder's hurting. Manny Pacquiao never in that fight said anything about being hurt. And as a matter of fact, Manny Pacquiao said that he thought he won the fight. So just stop it. Let me decode what they mean when they say it's better for boxing or good for boxing that Gary Russell Jr. lost. Now, I'm going to give you this disclaimer. If you have a problem with me talking about issues concerning race when it comes to boxing, if it makes you uncomfortable and you don't like people talking about race when it comes to boxing, get the fuck off my channel. Okay? Get the fuck off my channel and don't bring your ass back. This ain't a request line. Go somewhere else. Okay? I'm not minimizing or compromising my channel to make you feel better about yourself. So if you have a problem with me talking about race issues, go somewhere else. Nobody is forcing you to be here. Go listen to the Dog Pedophiles channel. Go listen to some of these other channels. Go listen to that coke sniffing niggas channel. Go listen to that cornballs channel. Go listen to some of them other channels, man. But for real. And don't come telling me what somebody else said, because you know what? I don't give a fuck. But so that's the disclaimer. You got an issue with me talking about race concerning boxing or talking about race in general, then don't bring your ass here. Nobody's forcing you to watch my channel. I don't need your views and I don't need your subscription. You're not going to police my channel. So go somewhere else. But anyway, what they meant was that it's good that a black fighter lost to a non-black fighter because they want to bring in possibly non-black fans to basically endorse and watch and follow the PBC. That's what they mean by that. When they always say it's good for boxing. Did you hear them say it was good for boxing when Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez? Did you hear them say it was good for boxing when Andre Ward beat Sergey Kovalev twice? Did you hear them say it was good for boxing when Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao? Did you hear them say it was good for boxing when Steve Fulton beat, Brandon Figueroa? No. You notice they only say that it's good for boxing. That's what that means. Whenever a black fighter loses to a non-black fighter because they feel like boxing, they know boxing is built around race. So this is why I don't understand why people try to have an attitude when a person say, hey, I'm a support a fighter because he's black. Oh, hold on there. But then if a guy supports a fighter because he's Mexican, Filipino, or white, it's all good. But that's what they mean when they say it's good for boxing. When they say somebody like Gary Russell Jr. loses, how's that good for boxing? But that's what it means. I told you I'm on these dudes' helmets. I told you I ain't trying to be. Look, man. I'm not sugarcoating shit no more. Now I know some of these other content creators ain't gonna have the guts to say what I'm saying because they want to put everything on Bob Arum and they want to and the other shit. But the funny thing is they pick and choose quotes that they like from Bob Arum. When Bob Arum started saying, well, Terrence Crawford is the reason why he didn't, the fight with Errol Spence. Now all of a sudden they like Bob Arum. But when Bob Arum was saying that Terrence Crawford could beat Errol Spence and Errol Spence would, Bob Arum's a liar. So, and they do the same thing with Eddie Hearn. They like Eddie Hearn until he says something that they don't like. So like I said, a lot of these content creators is fake as fuck. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, you just peep this stuff and you just be like, man, are you kidding me? But yeah, I mean, it just needed to be said. That's what they meant by that. That's what they mean when they say it's good for boxing when Gary Russell Jr. loses. That's what they really meant. That's what they really trying to say. You notice they only use that terminology when the black fighter loses? Oh, it's good for boxing. Like I said, I've been trying to tell you that the PBC is they not pro-black. They not for black fighters. Their undercards prove it when they put mostly Hispanic fighters on their cards. Look how many cards in pay-per-views that Fundora then got put on. Yeah, he has some melanin in him, but he ain't black. So I'm just keeping it 100. You notice that? They gotta look. They have this formula. They don't really believe blacks fighting other blacks can sell. This is truly the great white hype. And I mean for real, in real life. That's exactly what the PBC doing. But that's fine. I know people mad at me. I know people don't want to hear this. And I know other content creators won't step up and have the guts to just, call a spade a spade. And then they'll try to say, I'm acting funny. Nah, y'all acted funny. Y'all been acting funny. So, this needed to be said. But I find it strange that video got taken down. And Gary Russell Jr. is a PBC fighter. Now keep in mind there was this thing, part of Manny Pacquiao's deal with the PBC, allegedly that they were supposed to help promote Manny Pacquiao fighters. Now this guy, is a protege of Manny Pacquiao. And something else that I find funny, you notice that dude's belt was already made and ready to go. Usually they give you the belt in the locker room, but his belt, they handed it to him as soon as he walked out. Like almost they knew the outcome. So, just saying. Anyway, it's your boy Town Biz, man. I'm out.